welcome everyone. Welcome back to Plant a Garden TV. How you guys doing on this wonderful day? I'm asking you guys for a favor. Please hit the like button. It will take us a long way. We also want you, if you enjoy our content, could you please subscribe to the channel? You can also hit the notification bell so you can get all our latest update. How you guys doing? Happy gardening, everyone. Happy gardening 2026, everyone. Shout out to you guys. What's going on? We know now is the garden season, so all we're doing, we just giving insight. We're doing our own experiment and we basically sharing the results. So tonight we're going to be focusing on two different soil and why I recommend these soil for you. So I'm going to ask, welcome in guys, welcome. Don't forget to hit the like button. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to ask you guys, what type of soil or what type of compost do you use to sow your seed? What type of soil or what type of compost do you use to sow your seed? You can leave it in the comment section for the people who are watching this video. You can leave in the comment section and let me know what type of soil do you actually use to sow your seed. I have a lot of options because the thing is, the only how you could learn in gardening, the only how you could learn is your own experiment. You have to able to do your own experiment, and that's how you learn. All right, so I do experiment with different type of soil because I kind of have the access to different type of soil. I use them, and I'm telling you their result is beautiful. I also see, soil play a great role in gardening, whether you sowing seed, whether you planting, soil play a major role in your garden. And I realized that because of testing the soil, I realized the role that soil plays in our garden, in our plants, with our seedling. I realized the role that soil plays. And I just want to know, what type of soil do you use for seed starting? Many people believe that you got to go and purchase a certain type of soil to be successful in seed germination. But the truth is, you really don't have to. I'm telling you right now, you really don't have to. You can use the actual soil you have in your backyard. You could actually use the soil you have in your backyard, the soil that you have in your garden, and germinate seed. You could the goal is setting up the right temperature in the room for them. And once you can do that, you can be very successful. But tonight I want to introduce you to two different soil. And my experience for these two soil is just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And guess what? The natural soil that breaks down from nature itself. I didn't have to do anything to break down this one nor this one. Nature run its course and break down these two soil. Nature run its course and break down these two soil. And we're going to talk a lot about these two soil today and the impact I've been getting from them for years, because I've been dealing with them for actually years. I even try to turn my garden into the same soil because I realize how rich this soil is. So come on guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. I will appreciate it. Okay. This is two different soil right here. I'm going to tell you where these two soil come from in a moment. How this soil was created and how they break down naturally. And because they break down so naturally, you could see the richness in the soil. You could feel the richness into the soil. So with soil, guys, with soil, space leaf, how you doing? Blessing, blessing. With soil, do you use to germinate seed? And I'm also going to show you guys where I use this soil and I use regular soil and which one the result from both of them. By ginger, rooting ginger, I'm going to give you the result. And guess what? This is the next thing again, guys, about rooting ginger. Things could be so simple, but we just got to understand. We just got to know steps. And guess what? Over and over we continue do what we're doing, we understand more. So don't ever feel discouraged. Don't ever feel like you cannot do it. Not because you might fail one time or believe you fail one time mean you should give up. No, because at the end of the day, able to grow your garden, take care of your garden, could feed you guys. Could definitely feed you guys. So welcome in everyone. Hope you guys enjoy this live tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's get to it now. We have two soil here. Both of them break down naturally. And the truth is, these two soil is maybe over 10 years old. Yeah, is two pile. So I take some from one pile, I take some from the other. But this soil is roughly maybe 9 to 10 years old. All right, so we have the leaf mold. This is leaf mold. This one breaks down from actually leaf. Leaf fall and just break down. Both of them almost look identical, and I believe the reason for that is because of nature. Nature did the work. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to add anything. The tree fall down. This one is the tree. This is the leaf mold. This is the leaf mold. This one is from a tree that falls down and break down over the years. So what I did, I go and I scrape it up together and scrape it up in a pile. And I take some and I bring here because I want to have this conversation with my subscribers and my viewers. So we have two different soil, and I also use both of them, and I see the result from both of them. From my observation, I don't know if you guys can see well. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. This is real information and this is science. And what I'm telling you here is for you, it ain't cost you a dime. It ain't gonna cost you $1. What I'm telling you here. Now, this is leaf mold. This is leaf breakdown over a period of time. And this is it right here. Let me pull it together. This is it right here. Now, this is gonna, you see like how it climb in there? It's gonna easy to break. Easy gonna break. It's not gonna climb in and stick like clay soil. No, it's not gonna climb in. It don't, what it is, you could climb it in because it's wet, but it's gonna be easy to break up. And as you can see, and as you can feel, this one is the leaf. As you can see and as you can feel, you could feel the texture, you could feel the richness within this soil. So this is leaf mold. If you leave leaf mold to break down for a period of time, it's gonna become looking just like soil. It's gonna look just like soil, just like dirt. But it's not really dirt, it's actually compost because it's leaf that break down. Now, if you take this and you mix this, like this is perfect for container. This is perfect soil for container because this is rich and this also holds water. So the leaf mold breaks down, rich in nutrient, rich in carbon, rich in minerals, and it's beautiful for container garden. So this right here is the leaf mold. So let me bring over, this is the tree that breaks down right here. Both of them look identical. They look almost the same, but they're not the same. The only thing is, nature breaks them down naturally. So this is the one that's come from the plant, the tree. This compost is from the tree breakdown. This is about 10 years old. This compost here, it's about 10 years old because it was a massive tree that falls down. And it takes it roughly 10 years to break down, honestly. It takes roughly 10 years. But now it break down, you can go with a rake and you could just rake everything together in a pile. And you could have it. It breaks down so well that you don't even have to sift it. That's how beautiful it breaks down. Even the leaf mold. So you combine these two together and you have a super soil. You combine the leaf mold and the compost that comes from the plant and you mix that with some soil in your container, in your raised bed. You have create a super soil. I don't know if we understand, but this compost is living compost. This compost right at this moment is loaded with living creatures, not visible from the eyes. There's a system in this soil. And if you take this system and create this and add it in your compost and add it in your container, you would not believe how these plants gonna go. You will not believe how successful your garden gonna be without you have to spend a dime. Free compost, and it's the best. There's nothing I see could compare to this. This is natural compost breakdown from a tree naturally. Nature did it works and break down this compost. This one over here as well. This is leaf breakdown over the years and become natural food for our plants. This is the same food that our trees, our forests. Hey, Mr. Fox, how you doing? Blessings. Blessing, Mr. Fox, how you doing? Yes. Ain't nothing can compare to this. Ain't nothing you can buy can compare to this. Ain't nothing you can buy can compare to this. Hey, Paulette, how you doing? Blessings. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I will truly appreciate it. If you're on your cellular phone, double tap the screen. Yeah, just hit the like button, guys. It means a lot to me, all right? Yes, you cannot find. Do you want? No, this is the same soil you're going to find in the forest. This is the same soil. This and this is what you're going to find in the forest, where the big trees lies in the forest. How do I know that? This is basically what happened in the forest. The leaf fall, break down, and turn into compost like this to feed the plant. Do you see how this thing look, guys? You see how rich and beautiful this thing look? Then over here, this is the tree. You know when a tree break down? You know when a tree break down in the forest and just like the wind maybe blow it down or maybe it get too old and it just tumble down. What happen is that tree gonna stay right there, and over the years, it's gonna start to decay, and it's gonna turn to this living compost, natural. This is what feed the forest. This is what feed that's why you see them trees grow so big and strong and healthy without any person have to go in there and water them or add compost to them. They will grow humongous without our help. You know why? Because the leaf that falls from the trees every fall breaks down and feed the soil. The tree, sometimes it might drop a limb. That limb breaks down. It might fall down out of the root. That breaks down. And that actually feed the forest. So if you able to create this same system with this same soil in your containers or in your raised bed or wherever you grow it, you able to maintain this. Basically, this is, I watch nature and how nature operate, and it's the same thing I do. The leaf, I take the leaf and I bury it in my soil. I'll take the tree limb, especially the ones them that rotting, start decaying. There's the one I take. Because one thing we got to understand. You can take a fresh tree that you know, maybe know somebody might cut up a fresh tree and you decide you want to use to put it in your soil or under your raised bed. Well, one thing you got to remember. You got to remember that tree is not going to break down anytime soon. That tree is going to take it years. So that's going to be there looking. The first 2 years is going to look like nothing happened to that tree. The first 3-4 years is going to look like nothing happened to that tree. 5, 6, 7, 8, These are the time it takes for these trees to break down. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful the type of trees you put on your raised bed, because you prefer putting the one that already start breaking down. Hey Paulette, how you doing? You wanna use the one that already break down. And when they start breaking down, it's easier because they already start releasing the nutrient. They already start breaking down into your soil. But guys, you ain't gonna find, I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna find nothing better than this. This is a tree body, a tree that breaks down. And you ain't gonna find nothing better than this. Leaf. This is actually leaf breaks down and turn into compost. This is superfood for any soil. This is superfood for any soil right here, guys. All right? So I'm going to ask this question again, guys. What do you use? What type of soil do you use to germinate your seed? And if you have access to this, I'm telling you, if you have access to this, it will change your garden. Like for instance, let me just say this. Like for instance, you see like this, right? Say this is your garden, and you open up the holes in your garden. This is your garden, and down in here is where you put in your plants. And you plant, and you take some of this. Say this is your garden, this is your soil. And you take some of this, and you put it down inside there. And just leave it there. Like what you do now, you do this in the fall or late winter, or in the early winter, and just leave that there. This is how you prepare your soil for the spring. When the spring comes, this is when you come and you open up the hole and you stuck your plant down inside there. When the plant really receive this, the plant's gonna take off. It's gonna take off, guys. So this is natural. Remember, I want to say this again. This is an organic garden channel, and we focus on organic gardening. We don't use anything from the store. Our focus is observing nature and apply what we see nature apply. We is 100% organic gardener. We don't cut shortcut. We don't believe in shortcut, because guess what? Shortcut take you back to square one. Meaning, looking for a quick result, using all type of stuff in your soil. When you realize you messed up your soil, then you got to start over. When you do it the natural way, there's no starting over. It's building. Keep building, maintaining. AK Stacked, how you doing? Blessings, blessings, good night. How you doing? Yes. So if you have access to, say for instance, you live in an area and there's a lot of trees close by, you could go right to the bottom of those trees with maybe a shovel or a rake, and you could take up some of that. This is what you find. Especially if there's no one there spraying and doing these kind of things to their soil, to their plants. Natural organic soil, I'm telling you, your plants will produce like wildfire. Your plants will grow fast, like, I'm telling you, unbelievable. So what I want to show you tonight I want to show you tonight two, the same ginger, but I sow them in two different soil. Put them in the same condition, same situation, by a window. And one has sprouted so fast, which was this one. I didn't use this one. Was this one and regular soil. So with this one and the regular soil, this is the tree that breaks down. This is the tree that breaks down. This thing germinates so fast. Let me see, not germinate, propagate. You know what? I might have to take out the ginger itself. Yes, this one here is what I said. This is ginger. This one is what I said in the compost with the tree that's breakdown. This one. The other one, this is regular soil. As you could see, regular soil mixed with clay soil. Because I do a lot of experiment, guys, and this is how I learn. This is why I could sit down and have these conversations. Because I already did my experiment and I already see what's going on. Now, I'm going to show you what's going on here. This is the one that's in the clay soil and the regular soil. This one, now trying to sprout. You could see the sprout, right? Now pushing out the eye. When this one is already, how far? With all these roots. You see what I'm coming from? This soil, wait, hold on. This soil is the root from the tree. You see, guys? Both of them come from the same ginger, but this one was sowed in compost that made from the tree. This one in regular soil, which is clay and regular soil. This one now trying to germinate. Look how fast this one has gone. So this is showing you how rich this soil is. You understand? So even though, because guess what? When it starts pushing these roots is with searching for the nutrients. And while they find the nutrients, they suck it up in the plant, and this is growing pretty fast. Look at this. They all the same ginger, just two different soil. Same condition, same place, two different soil. This one germinate real fast and just start growing. This one now looking to push. And guess what? It's not just this one. It's a whole container. You see? It's a whole container. This whole container is from this soil. And look, all the ginger I put in that one already sprout and have a big massive root system. You see what I'm coming from? The next thing again, guys, this is pretty soft. This is pretty soft. So their roots, they're easy to push their root through, which the clay soil and the regular soil is a little harder. But this here is full with nutrients, minerals, the desire of a plant. This is full of it. This is the soil that I sow. I put these, just rest them down inside there. And they germinate so fast and just keep growing. And the other one, they're now trying to grow. You see what I'm saying? So this is how I know stuff, guys, from experience. This is how I know which is better. You understand? Let me see. K. Shaka say, I saw a well-rotted stump next to my dad camp and got all the rotted stump and save it so I can add to my soil. That's right. That's right. Clay soil is not good because it holds water. Well, clay soil, I wouldn't say it's not good. I wouldn't say it's not good because it holds a lot of minerals. But why? Let me tell you why I love clay soil. And I always put a little clay soil in my container. That's for the same reason. Because it holds water. You see what I'm saying? Because when you, in the summer, when the weather is, the sun is beaming and the sun is sucking out the water, the clay soil holds the soil longer. This as well, this type of compost as well holds water. This leaf mold holds water as well. So if you're doing seedlings, you might have a point. You might prefer you watering less because you already know they holds water. So what you want to do, you water them less. Before you water any seedlings, guys, I think the smartest thing to do is test the soil. Push your hand to the bottom and feel if you have moisture. Because guess what? Sometimes we believe because on top of the soil might look a little dryish. And we believe, the plants need water. But guess what? Sometimes the bottom underneath is still wet. And that's where the root is. The root is at the bottom. So you don't want to throw too much water. And clay soil, like I'm saying, and like Case Tractor said, it holds water. And that is for real. It holds water. So if you're doing that, you don't want to add too much water. You got to be mindful. Even you're using the leaf mold, you got to be mindful. Even though you're using the tree, you still got the tree body, you still got to be mindful. But clay soil hold mineral. This hold minerals, nutrients. These holds a lot. Okay? And these, I'm telling you right now, this is one of the best soil I sow seed into. The way how they germinate fast and the way they start growing fast. That I even have some lettuce, I have some pepper in this soil. And they germinate so fast, it was unbelievable. And then they just start growing. So guys, my recommendation for seed starting soil. And you know what? Let me tell you what too. When you use this soil, you don't see a bunch of bugs coming up in your soil. How much clay soils should I add to a 5-gallon bucket? Just a 2-inch layer. Just like a 2-inch layer. You see, now, just like a 2-inch layer, like around the container, you add like a 2-inch layer because it holds water. You see what I'm saying? So when the sun penetrates in the container, The clay holds the moisture longer. So maybe like 2 inches around and just add whatever else you got to do to it. Yes, guys. So I'm telling you right now, I see nothing so far works better than the 3-body breaks down, because like I say, it takes years to break down. And I'm an organic gardener, so I only could focus on organic and the mold, because this is what goes in my garden. Then the next thing I also do, this is leaf mold, and this is the 3-body breakdown. The next thing I also do, guys, is compost tea. Like compost tea. Rotten trees, tree leaf, I'll use that and I'll make compost tea. I have so much different recipe. So much different recipe, it's just unbelievable. The 3-body that breaks down and leaf, add them in water and just leave them for a few months. That's gonna become compost tea, liquid fertilizer. There's many other ways you could use leaf from the plants that you grow. You know, sometimes the plants that you grow, you could also use leaf from them. Add them some water inside and just allow it to break down for a few months. That liquid fertilizer again. And it's all natural, guys. It ain't cost you a dime. Following this channel, you wouldn't be spending money. You will be using what you have, because what we do, we show the result. You see, this is something I show you tonight with 2 different soil. 2 of my favorite soil. When come on seed starting, or even adding in your container, or even in your raised bed, or even you dig in banks and you open up the holes and you add this down inside there before you plant. Beautiful. But this is the soil my garden have, because this is what I do. Take the tree trunk, them open up trenches, bury them down inside there. Take the leaf, open up, and then cover them. So this is the same type of soil I've created in my garden. This is why, guys, in my garden, you will find, do you ever saw a bell pepper tree 9 feet tall? Or a poblano pepper tree 10 feet tall? You get that out of my garden. Why? Because I observe nature and I see what nature does. And it works perfect for me. All right? So this is the 3-body that breaks down. Look at it. I hope you're seeing. And this is leaf mold. The both work magnificent. Magnificent on seed sorting. All right, you see what I'm saying? Case tractor, you never seen it like this. This is what we do, man. We show you things, you know what I'm saying? So this here, let me see if I can bring it over. Good. This one here is leaf mold. This is the one that breaks down. And this is leaf mold. This is very rich for your container, for your raised bed. It doesn't matter what. It's very rich. And this one here is the tree body breakdown. And I did videos. I have videos where I actually, where I breaking up the where I rake up the tree body from the ground. I also have video where I rake up the leaf mold from the ground. These two combine together. You would not believe, man. Your plants will grow and produce like wildfire. And you also can create your own compost tea as well. You even could use this compost tea. You could even use this for compost tea. How do you do that? You add it in water and just let it settle in that water. Sometimes you store it up. You store it up, let it settle, store it up. You leave that for a couple months and you have a serious liquid compost tea right there. All right? So it's many ways to feed your plants naturally. Just observe nature. Remember, let me explain something to you. Remember, when the plants does not eat the compost, remember that. The plant does not eat the compost. What the plant eats is it drinks the liquid. So when the compost wet and the nutrients and the mineral turn in and it turn into liquid, that's how the plant suck. The plant don't eat the compost, it suck the liquid. So when the rain come, that's how the plant suck the nutrient. When you wet the plants, when you wet the root, when you wet the compost, that's how the plant suck the nutrient. So what I'm saying is, you could turn this into liquid compost tea or liquid fertilizer by soaking it in water. So now you soak it in the water and store it up for a few months. And you feed the plant is receiving the liquid, the nutrients, the mineral directly to their roots. And that's how you get fast growth, guys. Okay. Cassandra Tractor say, after last time talking to you about this kind of stuff, I start planning out my garden in the spring. You gave me good ideas and the will to expand my mind. That's right, man. That's what we focus on. We want to think out the box and stop just focusing on certain things, because you can go back to nature, even though people might believe, oh, this is how they used to garden long time. Well, guess what? This is how they used to garden long time, and guess what? This is why they used to be healthy people, because they used to eat healthy. They used to grow their food from these same type of things, and that is why they was getting the nutrients and the minerals in their body, help building this immune system. So, yes, we could cut all the shortcut we want today by using certain things, but guess what? I don't want to be eating lettuce, I don't want to be eating kale, I don't want to eat eating tomato, and I'm not getting no nutrition from them. You see what it's like I'm wasting time eating them, or I'm wasting time growing them, and then still can't get the nutrients out of them. So I prefer to go the whole way that my plants can be full with nutrients and minerals to feed my body. You understand? We want, when we get older, we must still able to go in the garden. We must still able to walk around. We must still able to run. You check what I'm saying? And all that come from your health. All that come from what you eating. All that come from what you put in your body, your system. So let's focus on growing our food natural and healthy. Like I said, guys, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. If you can't have access to this, do what you can. But if you have access to leaf mold and the trees that breaks down, try it. You might just be surprised how your garden produce in abundance. Do not look for quick result. Quick result don't always turn out the right way. Quick result make you do things to your soil and then you might end up regret because you're going to realize the soil start depleting and not doing how it used to. But anyhow you go the natural way, anything you add natural, what gonna happen? Your soil gonna improve each year. Even though the plants suck from the soil the year before, once you continue doing the natural, it's gonna improve each year. The Native American blacks in the JW planting, they just use water and maybe other natural stuff found in nature. So people today can garden. That's definitely, that's what I'm saying. And I'm in this time today, we could look back and we could say, all right, this is how our ancestors used to garden. But into the modern time, on this channel still shows you, it still works. And this channel is showing you the facts that it works. But the thing is, many people, quick result. Quick result. That's the thing. Quick result. We want quick result. We don't want to put in the few years. All you need is 2 good years. And after that, you just continue. And your job become easier and easier every year. Because your soil gonna become a super soil. A natural, 100% organic super soil. Why you think organic food is more expensive than the other food? Why you think that? It's a reason. Because when you're dealing with organic, it takes more physical work out of you. But when you're doing it the other way, there's things you could just sprinkle, there's things you could just spray and create. You could just sprinkle stuff, you could just, yeah, but organic, you have to do the work. Like to take out the weeds, you got to go in there, pull out the weeds, you got to soften. You know, it's a lot of physical work. Then when you're dealing with bugs and things, you might got to go in there physically, getting the worms. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. But no, if you're using different things to spray and stuff, if you see worms, you could just go in. Shh. You see what I'm saying? So it's different. It's a lot more work, but guess what? It's more healthy. This is how you get nutrients. This is how you get minerals, because it grows natural. The minerals that's in the soil, guys, The nutrients that in the soil is what comes up into the plant. That's where it's getting it from. This is ginger. Where do you think this ginger is getting feed from? The soil. So if you have the minerals and the nutrients in the soil, the plant's gonna get it. But if your soil is lack of nutrients and mineral, the plant's not gonna receive it. So if it ain't receive it from the soil, how is gonna give it to you? Okay. Case Tractor said, I think today many people have to focus on. That's right. That's right. When they don't need it, I'm going to go all natural or at least try. That's right. That's right. You mightn't able to go all natural. And this is where we got to understand. You mightn't able to go all natural, but you could try. I like how you said it. I like how you said it. At least you're going to try. That's it. That's all you got to do, try. Then you're going to start realizing how your food start tasting different. You're going to realize when you eat how it make you feel. You feel like you eat something. You feel like, yes. You know, it's like you feel like, yeah, boy, that food, boy, damn. That food, really, you understand? Because you're receiving the nutrients, the mineral, and the vitamins. If you grow in a garden, your garden should provide that for you. You shouldn't try to do anything to take that away from yourself. Because at the end of the day, we need it. We need the nutrients. We need the minerals. We have to nourish our body. Yes. So guys, tonight is another night again where we come together and we share valuable information. We don't come to really play around. We come to share valuable information, and all I'm asking for you guys to do is please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Sometimes you could share out the live, or you could share a video, leave a comment. I truly appreciate that, because the more you hit the like button is the more people gonna see these type of videos. Because like you were saying a minute ago, a lot of people go in commercial, and I cannot say much about commercial gardening. I can't, because at the end of the day, people got to do what they got to do. And if to grow food for feed millions of people, they got to do what they got to do, I'm telling you. Because if you're growing food for feed millions of people, you can't allow bugs to eat down your food. You got to figure out where you got to do what you got to do. So, I cannot. I'm not here to discriminate. I'm not here to talk about other people's channel, how other people grow their food. My focus is how I grow my food. You see what I'm coming from? Everybody got to do what they got to do and how they can. Do what's work for you. What this is working for me, and I'm just sharing that with this type of gardening, you can be successful more than you think. Your vegetables, sweet. You could taste that richness when you eating them because the plant is getting it out of the soil. So when the plant get it out of the soil, what happens is the plants give it to you. So that's important. And we got to understand that. What the plant get out the soil, it transform it to you when you eat it. So be mindful of that, guys. Be mindful of that. All right? I got to get these soil back in the container and put them outside. But this was just for a demonstration because a lot of people never see this type of soil before. But here we're showing you. This is the tree that breaks down. And this is leaf mold. So we have two different type of soil right here. And I'm telling you, they're the best. I think you can get these to purchase. I don't think so. These well break down. You understand? Well break down over the years. So they're rich in nutrients, basically everything the plant needs. This is why I germinate this, I propagate this in this soil, and it propagates so fast. And then the one I use in the clay soil, the regular soil, it's still trying, and they have the same condition, just two different soil. One is loaded with nutrients, mineral. We know that clay soil loaded with minerals. That's what clay soil loaded with, a lot of minerals. All right? So for my recommendation, leaf mold and the tree body, they work perfect for any type of seedling. And it's not just a seedling. If you're putting them into the hole in your garden, work perfectly. If you put them in your raised bed, work perfectly. If you put them in your container, work perfectly. All right? So, let me see. Hey, how you doing, Andrew? Good night. Andrew say, in Nigeria, we only minute pass by 60 seconds per. What I mean? When 1 minute pass by, 60. Okay, Cassinda say, my case tractor said my dad used fruit trees spray on his sprayer on back of his four-wheeler. He went past his garden and made a mistake by spraying his garden. And you see, that's the thing I'm talking about. That's the thing I'm talking about. Them kind of stuff, I'm not into those kind of stuff at all. Let nature do what they got to do, because I don't want to be spraying them type of stuff on anything for me, because I got to eat it. And that's a prime example. What you see there. Prime example. The next thing I want to see. With this soil, this compost, you don't see, I've seen before. There's things that you buy. Sometimes when you do look, you see flies coming out of the bugs coming out of the. You don't see that in these things. Not to say, I wouldn't say there's not living creature living here. There's always living creature in soil. There's always living bacteria in the soil that we cannot see with our eyes. But I'm talking about flies and all things flying around. You don't see that with these things. So there's so much benefit from my experience with leaf mold and the bark of the tree, the body of the tree. One thing you don't want to do, especially seedlings, seeds, starting seeds, is water them too much. With seedlings, you don't want to water them too much. If the plant is big and it's in the ground or what, it's different. Because these things holds a lot of moisture. All right? I learned not to use any kind of spray after. All right. All right. So you see that. So no one ain't have to tell you anything about that again. Because you already see that for yourself. And that's something that's how you learn. So after you learn that, if you go and try that, then it's all on you. Because you see what it did. So sometimes we have to come up with our own natural way of doing things. Because I don't know, man, but these days, you got to be careful, man. And if you're growing anything, I think you should try to grow it as natural as possible. Even though you might be able to grow it 100% natural, even 50%. If you grow it 10%, it's better than not at all. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. Do what works for you. Over here, we're just showing you that gardening the old way is still possible in a modern time. Gardening the old way is still possible in a modern time. Because guess what? If you depending on a truck to deliver fertilizer for you and compost for you, and one day there's a storm and the truck cannot deliver and you depending on this truck 100%. But guess what? Something happened and the truck cannot deliver. What are you going to do? That's why it's important to have options. It's important to have options. Can't just, you see what I'm saying? The truck cannot deliver, meaning you cannot grow no food. That's a bad way to set yourself up. All right? Case Tractor said, when I start planting outside, I will let you know how my plant. Definitely. I will be happy to see that you planting and your garden doing wonderful. I will be happy and believe it, your garden will do wonderful. Just focus on an organic garden. Yes, you might be able to do 100%, but lay your mind focus on that. It will take you a long way. Yes. So yes, guys, thanks again for joining tonight. I appreciate you guys for coming through. Thanks everyone for hitting the like button. Truly appreciate you guys, man. We guys got to continue these live and keep posting videos because I'm telling you, man, time is getting harder and harder. And you want to prepare yourself before it's too late. Make yourself some sort of independent in some way or the other. Even if it's 10%, 15%, 20% is better than none. All right. Okay, it has been informative and you're welcome. You're welcome. So yes, guys, you guys have a blessed and wonderful night. And guess what? Please check out my channel. There's a lot of information on gardening, organic gardening from soil, seeds, all the way. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on all our videos. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. See you all next time. All right. Case chapter. Blessing.